Ferdinand, I don't know about this. You remember how my last boxing encounter went? Relax, you'll be fine. This is nothing like the Mike Tyson incident. And besides, your opponent's a featherweight. Oh wait, really? You sure he's just a featherweight? Is there anything I need to know about? Nope, the bell ring, get in there. Alright, here we go. Huh? What happened? Hey man, what are you doing? You got knocked down. Get up! Oh man, my head. I got knocked down? I guess my reflexes are too slow. I have to up my game. I got this. You alright, man? Did I win? You sure did, bud. Yeah, I did. At least I know who to bet on. On to the toy review. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is your boy Joe, and today we'll be taking a look at this custom Ippo Makunouchi action figure from Hajime no Ippo. Now, for those of you who have no clue who this character is, you've been living under a rock. But allow me to enlighten you, and those who do know, just follow along. Hajime no Ippo is an anime about a young schoolboy's path to becoming a boxer, aiming to answer one simple question: what does it mean to be strong? And then, so on and so forth, past to becoming strong, boxing, and here and there, and then it's just a great watch. I really recommend it. Definitely my most favorite anime of all time. Personally, I like it more better than I do Dragon Ball. But that's just my preference, other people have different opinions, but Hajime no Ippo's gotta be my #1 anime. It's a shame that they never continued after season 4. But the manga's still going, so that's interesting. Anyways, enough about the backstory and everything, let's get on to the figure. Now, taking a closer look at this figure, done by yours truly. We can get a closer look at the head right here. This head sculpt is a custom from this guy, to which you can contact on Instagram if you want one of these or any other ones. You'll be able to see some of his past creations on his Instagram, and you can request them for commission there and what's not. He also has a YouTube channel and a TikTok, so go ahead and check out his stuff there. He makes really great customs, including the head sculpt for this one. And that's pretty much a lot of what he does, so I recommend it. Go check him out if you want one for yourself or any other of his customs. Anyways, so continuing on, we have his beautifully painted hair, and like I said, the painting and the sculpting is beautiful. One thing I had to do though, the paint was rubbing off when it arrived, so it needed a finish. I went and add that finish, repainted some touch-ups. And overall, it looks great. The face is on point. The eyebrows, well, you can barely see them, but they're right there. Yeah, you can see them. The hair, the perfectly spiky hair that actually kind of hurts to hold if you were to squeeze it, which I'm not going to do. But yeah, then there's the body, to which I just used a WWE AJ Styles figure. I don't know which version of AJ Styles, but it was one of them. I went ahead and just put some acetone on the tattoo and whatnot. And overall, that's pretty much it. The arms are a separate one. I made them bigger to fit Ippo's more bigger arms in the anime. Gloves are a little different. If you take them off here, here's mine. They're actually made with hot glue. Now, Joe, how do you make boxing gloves out of hot glue for action figures? If you want a tutorial, let me know. I'm not going to explain it right now. But yeah. His shorts I made from one of a Barbie set. It was like a lifeguard set, and it was using this one. And it worked perfectly fine. Nice cloth goods material here. The marks right here are from me. I went ahead and perfectly drew it on with my expertise, the Makunouchi, and I'm not trying to be racist or anything. I genuinely don't know what these symbols say, what these characters say. Could you just go ahead and let me know in the comments. Shoes, once again, painted by yours truly. I tried to get it as accurate as possible. I know that in the anime he doesn't wear these shoes with this pair of shorts, but I mean, this was all I had to work with, so it's kind of a combination of the two. And for those who want to know, these shorts are from his fight with Sendo Takeshi, or Takeshi Sendo. In his first fight with him, he wears red shorts for some reason, to which then his second fight, you have to watch the anime for that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the overview of the figure. And now let's go ahead and take a look at what he has to offer. When it comes to this figure and his accessories, he has nothing. But that does not limit it from being a good figure. Done by yours truly. Anyways, so let's go ahead and take a look at the head here. We're going to go over his articulation. So as for looking up, he doesn't. He just looks straight. I couldn't get it so that he could look up. But he looked down pretty far. Full rotation at the head. Arm moves out that far. We got a rotation at the shoulder. Swivel at the bicep. Double jointed elbow. And I guess you could call this a swivel at the hand. The glove. Body crunches that far. It can arch that far. Yeah, it can arch pretty good, allowing to get from dynamic poses with boxing. Legs spread out that far. He can kick out this far. He can kick back that far. Double jointed knee. A swivel at the base of the boot. Hinge at the foot with a pretty decent pivot. Now this figure is more or less just a kit bash than rather any of like a full made custom, but I would count it as a custom since I did kind of put a lot of effort into it, and I can call it whatever I want. But the limitations in looking and some posability limitations doesn't allow it from getting some pretty options for posability. And overall, this figure is great. It is also my first time reviewing a custom that I did. Another custom that I reviewed that I never did was this one, and it technically was my first custom review, but this one's my first custom review that I did. So I'm pretty proud of myself when I say, I give it like a 8 out of 10. Let me know what you guys think of this custom and anything I could do about it, but I probably won't listen to you because I don't feel like tweaking it anymore. Now, sorry, the glove came off. Now, enough talking about how this figure looks, how he poses, and how I overall think of him. And let's go ahead and get his size in. Measuring with my 3-foot measuring tape. He measures in at a whopping, actually close to 7 inches, which is pretty tall. Ippo Makunouchi is like a 5'5" in the show, so he's pretty short in the show, but it is what it is. I'm just pretty sure it's probably because of these long legs that I gave him. But size doesn't matter in a guy. I'm kidding. Size doesn't really matter when it comes to figures because you're not really scaling them with anything unless you are. In that case, it doesn't really matter to me. I prefer how he looks, and I really don't care how tall he is or not. Anyways, now it's time for his size comparison time. Here he is next to my last review, the bootleg Amazing Yamaguchi Carnage. Here he is next to the Figma Doomslayer. Here he is next to the SH Figure Arts Iron Man Mark 6. Here he is next to another boxing figure that I own, the Storm Collectibles bootleg Mike Tyson. Speaking of Storm Collectibles, they are planning on making an Ippo figure, so if they do ever release it, I probably will be getting in and reviewing it for you guys. Another one on the topic of custom anime figures, here he is next to my custom Chainsaw Man action figure. Here he is next to another one of my favorite anime characters, the demoniacal fit Tenacious Martialist Goku. Here he is next to the SH Figure Arts Super Saiyan Vegeta. And here he is next to Lightning McQueen. Wow, that was a long size comparison. This has got to be one of my favorite customs ever. I'm just so proud of how it came out, and I hope you guys will also like it. And that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I really hope you enjoyed that intro. I worked really hard on it. That has got to be one of the only times I fully dedicated myself to stop motion. But anyways, thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Share, if you want to also share it, if you're interested. Look good, stay safe, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you, and bye-bye.